Hello, and welcome to this short reflection. One of the many amazing gifts that God has given to us human beings is, I think, the gift of memory. And it's a much underestimated and underappreciated gift. It's only when you start to lose your memory that you understand just how valuable it is. That's why dementia is so cruel. It robs people of their precious memories. The word remember is, I suppose, the opposite of the word dismember. And when something is dismembered, it's pulled apart, it's destroyed. To remember literally means to put back together again. So when we remember, we construct in our minds events, people and emotions from the past. Remembering can be a very positive and a helpful thing. It's great to remember happy times, things that we did in the past that gave us pleasure. And that's why we remember loved ones who are sadly no longer with us. Remembering them helps to keep them alive in our minds and can help us to heal as we work our way through the path of grief. Remembering unpleasant things can of course be hard and painful, but sometimes it's necessary. Remembering as a community keeps alive in our minds significant events from the past, like war or some kind of disaster. We need to keep these events alive in a nation's consciousness in order to learn from them and maybe to stop something similar or worse from happening again. And with the way things are going in the world at the moment, you could well imagine some of these things indeed happening again. So we don't remember just for the sake of remembering. Remembering encourages us to pray, and to pray especially for peace. Peace in our world today where sadly there are still so many conflicts and there is still so much suffering. Remembering also encourages us to act and work for peace, wherever we may find ourselves, in our homes and families, in our communities and neighbourhoods, in our towns and cities, in our nation and in our world. We have to take our responsibility to work for peace seriously. We can't leave it all to God and escape our own responsibility. We can't say to God, please will you sort out the world's problems so that I don't have to. Remembering reminds us of that. And of course, as Christians, remembering is at the heart of our faith. In most churches, on most Sunday mornings, there is an act of remembrance at the centre of our worship, when we bring to mind the words of Jesus in the upper room the night before he died. As he broke bread and poured wine, he said to his disciples, "Do this in remembrance of me." As we eat the bread and drink the wine, Jesus says, "Remember me. Remember my death on the cross. Remember my willingness to sacrifice my life for you." And it's in the cross that we see how much God understands suffering. Some people complain that God is distant from the world suffering, aloof up there in heaven. But he is no stranger to suffering. In the person of Jesus Christ, God endured the most unimaginable and undeserved suffering, and his heart breaks for all who suffer today or have done so in the past. So, in this season of remembrance that we're currently in, let's take some time to be still, to be silent, and to give ourselves the space to remember and to pray. And in that silence and through that prayer, maybe in our own small way, we can help our broken world to heal. Thank you for listening, and may the Lord bless you.